Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So today we have the car in and we're going to be installing some new rear shocks on the back. Both back shocks are blown. So I got the Airlift Performance rear adjustable shocks. We're going to be tossing on this today. And maybe possibly I hit a rock and the exhaust pipe bent. So now it looks really funny. Hopefully possibly get that fixed today. But been a long time since I've been on the channel. A little update. I did a ECU and TCU tune of the integrated engineering stage 1 for this, and did a USP 25 or 2.5 inch downpipe, and then did a full 3-inch exhaust all the way back. So there's that. And then for the near future, here's the coming project coming along. It's another 07K that we pulled out of an 09 Jetta with 42,000 miles on it. As you can see, there's absolutely no oil burn or stains on the cams or the lobes. So really lucked out on that one. Did a little bit of cleaning of the head yesterday. Need to pull the studs out on this side and then get the rest of this head cleaned on the exhaust ports. And then moving on, get some more engine degreaser, clean the block up so then we can get it ready for paint. Haven't decided the color yet, got a couple ideas. Going to be leaving the head polished or semi-polished, at least just cleaned aluminum. So we're going to open up this box and see what the shocks look like. Okay, got the box all cut. Get her open. If you're wondering where I got these from, I got these shocks from bagriders.com. No sponsor, but that's where I got them from, and they're actually really nice. Really excited to have these. Adjustable dampening, so it's going to be an easy install and going to be a much better ride afterwards. So here's what came in the box. Got the 2 shocks, got the locking collar, wrench. So I'm gonna get some zip ties and zip tie these down so it won't show anything, make it a little bit nicer. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get the car jacked up in the rear, put on some jacks, pop the wheels off, and then we'll see what we need to do about putting these ones on. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss the car up on jacks, and then we'll start tearing it down. Alright, so got the car up on jacks, put the locking pins in, just on some Harbor Freight 6-ton Daytonas. So we're going to go ahead, toss both wheels off, and then look at what else we need to do. So here's the other side. Might be using that to compress the bags to get the bolts out to drop the shocks. So of course, if you don't own a VW, 17 mil for the socket, and then just pops right off. Okay, so went ahead, got both wheels off on both sides. Here's what we're working with, and as you can see, this shock's completely done for, completely caked in dirt, oil, and grime. So glad I'm replacing these, but VW has to be a pain and put the bolt right where the, for other cars would be a spring, but for me the bag. So gonna see if I don't have to move the bag out of the way, but if I have to, whatever. So gonna go ahead, start tearing it down. Yeah, we'll go from there. All right, so take the 3 bolts off the shock. You got 2 16 mils up there, and you got a 21 mil for the bottom one closest to the bag. So I'm gonna go get the jack under compressor right here, that way it's under a little bit of load, just in case if there's any pressure in here it doesn't shoot down and hurt me at all. You can go ahead and start dismantling these. Let me grab a battery. Has some life left in it. Yeah. Sure it's going the right way. Oh, there goes one. And here goes two. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and lower her down. Alright, sweet. Go ahead and push this out of the way. That wasn't very tight. I don't remember if this bolt's extremely long. If it is, I'm gonna have to disconnect the lower control arm from the bag. That means disconnecting the airline, and I really don't want to do that. Unless I could just get it out all the way. Just slide the shock off. Aha. Go ahead and pop this out. And that's pretty bad. That's quite a bit of oil and dirt. That's pretty thick. So we need to take this top hat off and then transfer it over to the other one. And since we're gonna be in here, get some cleaner and get all this crap off the lower control arm. There's the bag, there's my airlines going through crappy exhaust for the moment, but it's whatever. So no air. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead. Thankfully they have these, I guess they don't have them marked. Thought they did. Guess ours for rear. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one. For these, if I remember right, you turn them all the way hard and then 13 clicks towards soft, and it will give you the best feature, or at least the best dampening stiffness. That's what I did for those ones, and it felt really good. Wasn't really rough or really soft, so you could just feel it click. And there's 13. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and swap over the top hats on these and get it all installed. So I'll be right back. Alright, so went ahead, got the top hat on. I do not recommend doing this, but it is a pain in the butt trying to put that nut on and having an Allen key over it. So what I did, took a thick old sock, put it around the shaft, got some vice grips, or not vice grips, channel locks, sorry. Clamped it down as hard as I possibly can, and luckily there's no scarring or anything on the shaft. And then impact it down. So yeah, now that's on, don't have to worry about that. And the nuts are nylon, so no chance of it backing out. Gonna go ahead and slap this in. Need to make sure that these are both the same length. Just from looking at it, it doesn't really look like it. Looks like this one's longer than this one. Just gonna make sure that they're set at the same height, and then go ahead and continue from there. Gonna go slap this one in. This side, thought it was gonna be a lot harder. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Thankfully that bottom bolt came out the way I wanted it to. So gonna go ahead, check that this one's the same length as this one, and then I'll go ahead and get the other side knocked down, and then put together, and then we'll see how the car looks, because I measured and these ones are actually going to be shorter than those, so I would be able to tuck farther than I am now. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see and go from there. Alright, so I got this shock not all the way in, or pretty much all the way in. I got those two bolts knocked down, and then I had to use a pry bar and pry the lower control arm down a little bit, pop the bolt in. So just gotta sit here for quite a while and wrench this thing in there. If only I had a ratchet wrench that was a 21 mil. Make this time go by a lot faster. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this knocked down, and then we'll go start on the other side. But yeah, it looks so much nicer, so much better. Fits with the bags. Kind of see I got red tops, red collars, a lot of red. So just gotta go do that side over there, and then I'll have new shocks. So sweet. All right, so went ahead, pulled this other shock out on the passenger side. It's not as bad, but if you look at the top, you can start seeing that a lot of the hydraulic fluid starting to come out, so the seals are going out. I'm actually quite surprised. If any of you haven't had coilovers, Rev 9 Hyperstreet 2s from Redline 360, I've had these shocks for almost 4 years, and the first year was on coils, then the second and third and fourth, which would be this one, were on bags. So I'm quite surprised on how well they kept up, especially with the bags. But these ones are more meant for my bags, so thankfully I won't have any more with these issues. I am keeping these bottom collars because they actually sell the shock tubes as a set, so I can go ahead and order 2 more shock tubes and have a spare set of shocks on hand, just in case if these ones blow. I'll have another set. I won't have to worry about it. I believe Airlift does the same thing. You just keep these bottom collars, and then you can get new ones and go from there. So I'm gonna get that top hat removed, swapped it onto this one. I already set the height, and I already set the dampening to 13 all the way hard, then 13 soft. So just got to replace top hats and then put the lower bolts on, and then go from there. And then the rear shocks will be installed. And since I'll have the new rear shocks, I could actually go ahead and rotate my tires. These ones have pretty low tread. My rears have brand new tires due to camber wear. So, and also they were cupping since the shocks were completely destroyed. So I'm gonna rotate these to have some more tread up front. Utah has been having one heck of a time with rain. It's gonna be our 5th rainstorm in the last 3 days. So I'm gonna go toss that on. But here's this final look of the driver. So it looks pretty nice, really pleased with it. So yeah, gonna go ahead and do that, and then you guys will probably see me rotate the tires now, or after this. Alright guys, so I got the other side all buttoned up, tightened in. Looks really good, really happy with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss the wheels back on, fill the bags back up, and then lower the car down, and then slam it and see how it looks. And then we'll go for a quick test ride, show you the new tune that's on the car now. So it's wild that I have 207Ks. This one's gonna be making a lot of power. Here's the turbo. Boost Labs 5757. Hopefully gonna be pushing 23 PSI through this. So gonna be a lot of upgrades. It's going to be happening with this block. So it's really crazy on how tiny it is. Like, that's my hand for a comparison. It's pretty tiny. So pretty big with all the accessories on it, but it's pretty tiny. So gonna get the wheels tossed on and yeah, see how she looks. Alright guys, so got the car back down. Time to see how she looks. Slammed.
If you're recreating on water, this
oh yes, perfect. Now the fronts. Ooh. Pop that key out. Quit dinging. Let's get a full look of it now. Oh yeah, so much better. Let's get a look on the other side. Yeah, so much better. Probably tuck more if I pull my fender out. Oh, sorry, if I pull my fender out a little bit. But she looks so level now. That's insane. Looks really even and level. So, yeah. Hope this helps if you ever decide to change your rear shocks in your Passat and you have bags. Pretty easy. I think if I didn't record this video, I probably could have had it done in like 15 minutes, if that. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead, get the garage a little cleaned up, and then we will go for a test ride, see how it goes. Hit up Maverick, use a monster. So, yeah. I see you back in a second. Alright guys, let's go for a test ride. Don't mind the no airbag. Woo. Smooth. Don't forget the seatbelt. That did not sound good. She's a little loud for right now. It's really smooth. Really pleased with it. Those other ones, I would be bouncing everywhere right now. I'm gonna pop it in manual mode and give her the beans. nice. Ah, it feels great. So good to have this car back to normal again. Now if you're wondering what the check engine light's for, that's for the downpipe. I don't have any O2 sensor spacers, so it's reading differently than it should. That's the reason. I got LEDs up front, so that's why I got a light. No airbag, because no airbag. So, well, technically an airbag. A sticky note. So, but yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been great. So happy with the result. If you ever do have bags and you don't have the Airlift performance shocks, highly recommend them. They feel really, really good and really sturdy. So I'm gonna end it here, guys. Have a good one.